smile from cheek to cheek and feeling fancy. That's where I'm gonna be. 'Cause now I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me. No, I can't hide it. And there's nothing up my sleeve. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything, yeah, anything, yeah, anything can happen, anything.
They limited her career and said there would be no promotion. She said, there are no limits to my success, and started her own company. They said a woman shouldn't buy a car without her husband. She said times are changing and drove away in a new Cadillac. They questioned her business savvy as a female leader. She said women can do amazing things and build a global empire. One woman can defy limits and lift others up along the way. We celebrate women who are told they can't, but do it anyway. Happy International Women's Day.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Sandy Braun. I'm so excited. Okay, let's just make sure you guys can hear me okay. I see some of our friends. Annie is here saying hello to Wendy. Rand's here. Annie. Let's see. Patty. Hi, Patty. Patty was our lucky winner of the awesome bag. So, and Darlene's here. Okay, awesome. So you guys, we're going to have some drawings today, but we just wanted to have a special little event to say Happy International Women's Day to you. Let me take some of these little banners off here. So, all right. So at the end, I'm going to tell you, you need to text your beauty consultant a little word so that you can claim something that we have for you, but Happy International Women's Day. So of course, Mary Kay's all about women. So we, of course, wanted to celebrate you tonight. And we wanted to thank you for being the amazing women that you are. So I just have a couple of questions for you guys. So tonight is just really about you and celebrating you. And if you can put in the chat, like, what do you do for a living that brings you joy? Or what are your hobbies that you do? Or what's something that you do to maybe, I don't know, make a difference in our world? Because I always tell my consultants in Mary Kay, we get recognition all the time. So we get recognition for just trying to do something. And then we get recognition and cheered for. And I know lots of you work in corporate America where you give tirelessly to your job and sometimes are lucky to get some praise or recognition for what you do. So we wanted to take this time to recognize you for what you do and the difference that you make and how you are just balancing out your priorities, how you're running your family, you're running your jobs, you're running your household. So there's so much that goes into it, right? So happy International Women's Day. I wanted to give a special shout out to one of our special guests, Sylvia, who is one of Diane's awesome family members. And Sylvia, Diane, I know, appreciate you for everything you do to take care of your mom and all of the struggles that you also have going along with trying to take care of your own health as well as taking care of your mom. So some of us are in that little sandwich generation where we're taking care of kids, we're taking care of parents, and there's no time for us in between, right? So we're always glad when you guys join us for our beauty sessions, and that's really what those are too, just to provide you a little bit of, I don't know, me time, right? Because you deserve it. And I also wanted to say hello to Gladys, who is also someone that we're recognizing tonight. So I would love to see in the chat something that you all do that you are proud of, and what? Ooh, a compliance officer. Woo, woo, welfare of the veterans. I love it. Okay, I'm going to bring my friends up in a minute. They're going to kind of share their story with you. But while I do that, if you guys want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, I have like some reflection questions that I'm going to ask you because I think it's super duper important to think this. So, are you guys living your God given dream? Are you living like what it is that God's called you to do? Do you have passion? Do you do it with excellence, or are you kind of looking for something? So we actually wanted to take a minute just to kind of share with you some thoughts. Okay. So as women, I just want you to know, like, life isn't a dress rehearsal, right? And it goes by really super fast. So one of the things I wanted to kind of ask you to reflect on today was, what advice would you give your 20-year-old self? What advice would you give your 20-year-old self? Now, if you're 20 out there, of course, you can't do that, but you can think about where you're going in the future and think about what your plans are for yourself. And I know that some of us had those plans and they got interrupted. So what advice would you give your 20-year-old self? Hi, Jess. Okay, we also have Annie, who's a semi-retired from apparel information technology. Okay, awesome. I love hearing all these different jobs that you guys have. So what advice would you give your 20-year-old self? And what is a piece of wisdom that you would share with someone in your position? Okay, so if you really want to help us out, as we are recognizing you for what you do, we would really, really, really like you to help us with the project. So we're all working on a project where we're going to talk to you one-on-one and ask you some more questions like that, just so we can build our portfolios and really feature you on social media if you want, and just give you the actual kind of credit that you deserve for what you do. So if you would allow us that privilege, we would love to chat with you for a few minutes. So if you are a guest of a beauty consultant tonight, if you could just think about setting up a time with her where she can talk to you for 15 minutes just to ask you some reflection questions, just like those two questions I asked you. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self? And what wisdom would you share with someone in your position? All right. So I just wanted to give you those two, but there's lots of other questions that we have for you. And I also wanted to just kind of give you a little fact. I don't know if you guys knew this. I can't even believe this. So still today, do you guys know that women are only making 73% of what men make? Okay, so for example, if a man is earning $50,000, a woman is earning $36,000 for the same job. Crazy, right? 73% of what men are making. So it still blows my mind. And in the US, we have 91.6% of women making under $100,000 a year. So our mission is to help you kind of think about those things and give you an opportunity to maybe expand upon where you already are in life. Maybe, so whenever I meet women, they're either in the middle of a crisis, they are just ending a crisis, or brace yourself because you're just about to have a crisis. So that's just life. So whenever we meet you, you're in the middle of one of those scenarios. So put in the chat if you're in the middle of a crisis, just ending one, or just bracing yourself, okay? Because you want to find joy in that spot right there. But most important is to find joy in every aspect of that, because it's just a series of it. So it's just how quickly we learn to pick ourselves back up and go forward, right? So I think the older we get, that's one of the things of us older, wiser women, is you just pick up that pace faster, right? So, all right. A lot of people are bracing. Okay. I love it. Okay. So thank you for sharing that with us. So I just wanted to share those facts with you because that really is our mission in Mary Kay, is to help bring joy to your life. We're like the joyologists. So I know you join us regularly for our tutorials and doing fun things, but tonight is about you and celebrating you. So I know that many of you are not heard and you are not recognized. So promise me that you will just take a couple minutes, 15 minutes, to schedule a time to talk to your beauty consultant, and she will have a lipstick or a mascara for you for free for doing these little questions. So I'm going to introduce you to two of my friends that are backstage. They are my sales directors in my area. We have Miss Valerie, and then we have Miss Wendy. So hi ladies.
Hello.
Happy
Hello.
International Women's Day. Okay. So what we're going to do is I want to first, I'm only going to introduce Val first because she was one of the director before Wendy, but both of these girls are mentors and coaches in our area. And I just wanted them to share a quick little story with you. And then we're going to get on to our prizes after we hear this. So I wanted to just recognize them both for the amazing job that they do in Mary Kay, as well as they both still work full-time jobs, which they have very prestigious positions at work. Miss Valerie is a police officer full-time, and then she does Mary Kay as her side hustle. But she is actually one of the, right? She's one of the top 2% in Mary Kay as a sales director. So she's balancing 2 plus her kids. So I don't want to give away your whole ice story, Val, but I just wanted to give you kudos and tell you that you inspire me every day. I always I like to share with people about Valerie because you can imagine when she's at her full-time job, it's totally different than living in a pink bubble. So she has a world where there's rules and regulations, and then we're in this fluffy pink bubble. So it's got to be really difficult to manage. I always tell her how proud I am of her for being able to compartmentalize. And then we have Wendy, who's been with me for several years. And I met her when I lived down by New York City when I started Mary Kay, and she was a teacher when I met her. And now she is a she's a regional director for her job. So she has a really busy schedule with her work, and she has a daughter. And like I said, she's still working full time and balancing Mary Kay. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Valerie, just to have you share your quick little story with our friends out there. And if there's anybody you want to give a shout out to, feel free to do that too.
Okay, first I have to mention that the things I always forget, because when they say me, I always talk about me. But I've been married to Mark for 34 years, and we have 2 daughters that we adopted in their 20s, fastly approaching their 30s. But my story is very similar to Mary Kay. It's really kind of my first big job, and I got it right out of college. But the problem is that I don't have any experience, and your loyalty and dedication don't mean crap when you're trying to do interviews, because I have no other background of experience. So my chances to move up at work were very bleak, and because I didn't have what they were looking for with the background. So I decided to start my own business. I needed an extra few $100s for my kids because they were doing Taekwondo at the time. And that was like a car payment every month. So that is the story in the nutshell. I love being in the pink bubble, working with these lovely women. I know them and I see them more than family members because of all our Zoom meetings. And sometimes we just keep talking and chatting afterwards for fun. So that's me.
That's awesome, Val. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we're going to bring up Miss Wendy.
Hello, everybody. I apologize for my bad lighting. I'm in my parents' house and tucked away in a spare bedroom, but so excited to be here and to celebrate all of these lovely women. I want to give a shout out to my customers, Beth, and my friend Annie, who is Elaine's customer, and some of my wonderful team members that are on here. Just thank you guys for joining us. We are trying to celebrate women today because we don't get enough recognition in the real world. I am married. I've been building my Mary Kay business for 20 years, and it'll be 20 years in May. I can't believe I'm old enough to say that, but it's true. I have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter, and as Sandy mentioned, I do work full-time. So life is very, very crazy. And what I found with Mary Kay, what I love about it is it's flexible, and you can sprinkle it in and around what you're doing without having to carve out huge gaps of time, because none of us can do that these days. But you can sprinkle it in here and there, and Mary Kay gives you that freedom and that flexibility to make it work. And Mary Kay's motto is, it just fits. And I've been finding that more and more true.
Awesome, Wendy. And you're working at your mom's house, right? So we can work anywhere where we are now, right? So I am just so privileged to work with the both of them. And we do have another offspring, Brian, and she's off doing her International Women's Day with her unit. So we're so excited. And thank you to all of our beauty consultants that tuned in and invited your guests. So I just want to kind of leave you with some thoughts. I'm going to play a quick little video about Mary Kay. It's just a quick little 1 or 2 minute video I want to share with you because you are our awesome, amazing customers. And we want you to know a lot of what the company is doing behind the scenes that we don't always get a chance to talk about. So along with recognizing you, I would love to give kudos to our amazing company for the awesome things that they do to help our job as a beauty consultant to stay up top notch in competition with other companies and just all the things they do to keep our environment safe and just so many things and moving parts going on down in Dallas. So I just thought I would share that with you, but I do want to give everybody a thought. Okay. I know that some of you, I know my cousin Darlene is on, and I thank her for tuning into these things with me. And Wendy, like you said, and Val, or maybe it was Val that said it, like a lot of my family, I don't get to see as much because they don't use Mary Kay as much. So I don't see them, but I do need to see my family that use Mary Kay. So I'm so grateful for that because I do get to see them more often. But I want to leave our beauty consultants and our guests with just a thought, because you are the legacy changers in our world. So that is what our project is called. It's called Legacy Changers. So we all would love to, like I said, feature you. So just book that little appointment with your beauty consultant to do a quick little chat with her for a lipstick or a mascara. So you'll be banking like $1 a minute by talking to her. So we're going to pay you for talking to us, but we know that you're legacy changers, right? So I want you to think about not just your life, but if you have daughters or granddaughters and things that you can pass on to them. We were chatting earlier about our businesses, and all of our clients that we have, you know, are the golden rule, right? Like you usually stick with one beauty consultant. So the cool thing is we get to pass this on to our kids and our grandkids. So I just wanted to leave, especially my beauty consultants that are out there, that I wanted to give a shout out to think about those things. Like everything you're doing today is going to pay not just next week, next month, next year, but decades down the road for your family. So you really are building a legacy, and we are just so grateful to our clients for sticking with us. So we do have a giveaway for you. So I will get to that. I'm just going to share this quick little Mary Kay video with you. It's only 2 minutes. So I want you to kind of watch it and see if you learn something that you have never heard us talk about before, because number one, that means we haven't been doing our job so good if we didn't tell you these things, but I do want to make sure you know about them. So pick out just 1 or 2 things in the video that kind of inspire you or that you learn that you didn't know. And then we're going to have you share that with your beauty consultant. Okay. So it's just 2 minutes. So just watch this quick little video, grab your wine, and just take some quick notes.
We're doing something more important, in my opinion, than selling cosmetics. We're helping people to change their lives.
At the very heart of Mary Kay is a calling to make the world a better place.
60 years after our founding, that heartbeat is stronger.
Stronger than ever. It is truly a remarkable story how we got here.
In 1963, my grandmother created an opportunity for women to own their futures. Enriching women's lives is the mission. We have a purpose here.
The company gives back. It stays true to Mary Kay Ash's devotion to family and supporting women. Since 1996, Mary Kay and its charities have given more than $200 million worldwide to groups focused on helping women, children, and the environment.
Mary Kay's dedication to make things better goes beyond geographical borders. The company has planted more than 1 million trees around the world. Our global manufacturing facility has achieved zero landfill status. It's powered by 100% renewable energy, and we produce more than 1 million products there every single day.
We push the boundaries of product innovation here every day. Mary Kay holds more than 1,600 patents. That reflects our passion for creating high-quality products people love and trust.
We are continuing Mary Kay Ash's vision. We are supporting the independent beauty consultants and business opportunity that changes lives.
I feel inspired every day that we have empowered women in more than 35 countries to run their own businesses. The opportunity helps enrich their lives and the lives of the people around them.
The opportunity is truly unparalleled. It was created by a woman in 1963 when there were hardly any opportunities for women. This community of women supporting women has made us one of the largest beauty brands in the world.
I know our mission will never change. Mary Kay was created by a woman to empower women. I'm excited to see how it enriches women's lives in the next 60 years.
60 years.
60 years.
I love that. So hopefully you learned some more things about Mary Kay. Every time I watch that, I learn something new about what our awesome company is doing. But as the video was on, I was reflecting through your comments, and I just love how one of our, and I'm so sorry if you can tell me who this is, because it says Facebook user on my end. Don't settle. Like, I love that, you guys. That's a great piece of advice to give yourself, your 20-year-old self. Don't settle. So thank you for that, because I think we all are desperate when we're younger and we think we're not going to find the right thing. And I don't know, it's just so crazy. That was a great piece of advice. And Rayanne, I loved your advice. Tell your 20-year-old self, talk to your elders and learn their history. Life is short. Boy, are you so right, my friend. That is so important. And then Annie said, happiness, a decision that you make every day. These kinds of things, you guys, I'm just so grateful that you wrote them in the comments. And I'm sure that my friends Wendy and Val can feel the same. It just brings such joy to my heart to know that we can have that connection. And really, we don't really have any other time to share and have our voices heard. And I know that you guys have a lot that you can offer this world. So if you don't want to join us as beauty consultants, it's okay. But we would still love to feature you and tell your stories and give your advice and just praise you for all that you do. So if you would allow us to have you be a part of our project that we're working on, we would be forever grateful, because we just want to get to know you better and we want to celebrate you. So we just thank you for tuning in tonight. I wanted to keep this short and I already went over a little bit. So let me bring my friends back to life size here. So what we're going to do is that's a really big life size. We don't like that one. Hold on. Okay. So what we're going to do is everybody that is on here tonight, okay, this is what you want to text your beauty consultant. So if you're on the call, be sure you text your beauty consultant the word girl power to claim your prize. So she has a special gift certificate for you. I was going to do drawings, but I thought we got to give everybody a prize for International Women's Day. Right, girls? Right, Wendy and Val? So we think everybody deserves a prize. Yes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. High five. So everyone's getting a gift card for coming on tonight. Just make sure that you text your beauty consultant girl power. If you watch the replay, you can just say replay girl power. All right. Anything else you want to add, Wendy?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. Val, anything you want to add? All right. Well,
no, I'm a woman of few words.
I know. You are, but thank you for coming on and sharing your story. And thank you all, ladies, for supporting your beauty consultant, for supporting the Mary Kay brand, for keeping us in business. And we're just so grateful that you choose to use Mary Kay. And hopefully you saw all the other reasons why it's important to use Mary Kay so that we keep it going for decades to come. So thank you for being here tonight. Kudos to all of you. We're so proud of you and what you do. And we just want you to know that we recognize you. We hear you. We appreciate you. All right. Have a good night, ladies. Bye.
Love you.